Welcome to episode 20, aka the makeup episode. We're going to go ahead and dive into talking about how to, stream any sort of event, live event that you want to your community. This is great for libraries, schools, universities. If you've ever wanted to contact or be in touch with a greater audience, and you only have a small space, this is a great way to do it. I'll go ahead and introduce myself before we get started. I'm Jeff Sable. I work at Concordia University, Irvine. I do mostly reference and instruction, as well as a lot of the technical stuff. And I will keep talking. Okay, I'll go ahead and throw it over to my co-host, Riley.
Hey, sorry about that. I had to go shut the door. Um, yes, my name is Riley Childs. I am a student and the IT administrator and library technology guy at Charlotte United Christian Academy. I just do a lot of stuff, IT administration, managing, and also do the library, and I'm really interested in the library technology part of it and educational technologies, and that's just what my passion is. So let's just go ahead and deep dive into this really quickly. This is just going to be a shorter episode, mainly about how to actually accomplish this and the steps that you have to take. Now, I'm sure that.
Riley, let's first. How did it come about that you had to sort of develop this stuff, or did someone say, hey, can you record or can you live cast this game, or how did that come about?
Well, about a year ago, um, I sat down and I was like, it'd be pretty cool if we could live stream the school's basketball games.
Yeah.
And I started out using a service called Ustream to do it, which was great. Ustream is a very solid service for live streaming. The only problem is it costs a ton of money to get anything above the free tier, and the free tier is not very good, at least in my opinion. And then at the beginning of, I think over the summer, I stumbled across YouTube live events, which I actually started to use this year. It's been really good to me. If you want to actually check out some of the videos, I'll put a link in the description that I've done. They're really high quality, and it includes a very nice piece of software that I'm going to go over. And I'm not being paid by them. I really like their product. It's a fantastic product.
And is it completely free?
Price.
Is it so? How much does
100% free.
Oh, it is. Okay.
No watermarking, none of that stuff that you get with other stuff. And there's a couple of good ones out there. This is just the best one that I found for my needs. I encourage you to look around, but I'm just going to show you this one. But first, let me just kind of share my screen so I can show you exactly what. So that I can show you exactly what I see when I, for example, create a live event for the Library TechCast, because this is actually what this is. This is a YouTube live event. You're gonna see.
So to view any of the basketball games live, one only has to go to YouTube, click on your channel, and they're streaming in it for either on their. Okay, right on.
Now, as you can see, this is the. Let me make sure. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. You basically, this is the library channel, and I'm sure your library actually has a YouTube account. Now, one of the things you have to make sure that you do is you verify your YouTube account, which is one of the things you need to do to even set up a custom URL. So you're probably already verified. But I don't know, and something more in particular is I don't remember if they call it that anymore, but you have to become what's called, I guess, a YouTube partner, or I think you have to actually enable your. I haven't done this in a. I'm trying to remember where this is. It's under channel sites. You have to enable your channel for monetization, and if you go to log into your YouTube account and go to youtube.com/features, once again the link will be in the show notes. There's going to be a thing here under features called live events right there, and that's going to say enable live events, and you're just going to click that, and that will take you through some steps, and it's instantly enabled. It used to take a couple months for it to get enabled, but they've actually started to do it really quickly. Now, first thing you're gonna want to do is I haven't. I'm just. This is completely unrehearsed. Haven't done this yet. Is you're gonna want to create a new live event.
Oh, that's me.
Takes a minute.
And
Let's
then
see.
so this is
See
the
now.
software part. Are you going to go into the hardware part later?
Yeah, I'm going to go into the hardware part. This is basically setting it up. You go to youtube.com, click on live events, and then click create new live event, just like you're creating a video. Fill out this form, and make sure under type it says custom. And there are tons of videos on the web about how you can do this. This is by far not going to be the only one, but there's a lot of set your bit rate. I'm just going to do it 360p. Actually, no, I'm going to do it 240. Just because. And now, as you can see up here, it says Wirecast for YouTube. You can download that and install that. I've already done that. And I set my encoder type and all that stuff. And now I've done that. We're good. Now, to speak a little bit about and I'm going to go, I'll show you the program in a second, but to speak a little bit about the hardware, I actually do not have any of the stuff that I use with me today because it is sitting in a crate in a locked closet at school, so I couldn't get to it today. But basically, I used this cheap dongle called an EasyCap, which is composite in. I kind of recommend it. It's great if you're on a budget. It's not very good quality. I use it to do the basketball games. It's okay, but not great. But if you go to monoprice.com, or I think Newegg has them, you can for $30 you can get a little dongle. You can get a HDMI dongle, and you can hook up a. Usually, you can actually hook up like a consumer grade camcorder or even a DSLR, depending on the model, to this. You can actually capture the video that's coming out and then put it into Wirecast, which I'm about to show you how to do with the built-in webcam on my laptop. Yeah.
Have you ever
And
tried
once again,
Hey Riley, have you ever tried screencasting with the GoPro, like live casting with the GoPro?
I don't think they can do video out.
Well, you can because you can sync it to your iPhone, so you can actually see like
You
what's
can?
going on. Yeah, like they have like the newer ones have Wi-Fi enabled. So I wonder if you could like throw that on like a basketball player and then like screen like live cast like what he sees. I was just wondering because I just bought a
That would be
GoPro
pretty
too,
neat.
but I was wondering
Yeah,
how functional they are.
well, it would be really annoying for the basketball player, I'm sure. I'm sure you could put it on the hoop. I would assume
Right,
there's a way.
right.
I would assume there's a way that you could put it up there and you could sing, and you could probably use the GoPro to do it. Now the thing is that video output on a lot of these prosumer DSLRs, which is like some of the Nikon stuff. I know I had a D3200 Nikon. I don't remember exactly the model number, but that's what it was, and it does this thing called live view. But the live view only puts out 640 by I think 480 or whatever the standard definition is. But it yeah I use an really old DC. Once again, I'll put all this information in there. I think I have a blog post on it that's specific to basketball, and you can read all. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Wirecast here and just show you that sweet little program. This right here this is Wirecast, and as you can see, it's got all this really weird buttons. You can change your scenes like that. I'm going to take off monitor. Yeah, there we go. And then you can create a new scene. And one of the cooler features of this actually is the ability that I can take this, and there is a program somewhere, and I'm gonna throw this up on the wiki and in the show notes and all that stuff. And you can actually install an agent on another computer, and you can put in the IP address, and then you can stream to this program and then stream that desktop. And it's really nice. And we're actually going to use it at Code for Lib. It's this year, so that you can see the presenter screens, presenter desktop. So it's going to be really, neat. So basically, I'm just going to go ahead and authenticate. And Jeff, do you have any questions about how this might be of use in libraries and that sort of stuff?
Well, I'm just thinking that so basically you could share your desktop with anybody through this program.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Poor man's webinar.
right. Well, also, if you're doing library instruction, I think that, if you want to share your desktop with people just in the room and sort of guide them through if they're all at computers themselves, that's one, application, as well as, creating your own instruction videos through it. If you're giving a live presentation, why not tape that and throw that up as well? I think really it's anything you want a greater audience for that isn't going to come either in person or once the option of viewing it at their own leisure. I think this is a awesome process for them.
Yeah, definitely. So let's go ahead and let infinite screens. Let's go ahead and let's hop back over to Wirecast. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to authenticate to. Oh shoot! I forgot. I haven't signed in to Internet Explorer in so long that it has to. I have to use two-factor authentication, which is very important. You should look it up. Everyone should. It's
if you don't want to send out emails for random products to all your contacts.
Yes.
Two-step verification helps.
Yes.
Yeah. A funny thing about that is someone's when I used to work at the law school, somebody's father, who's a very prominent Los Angeles attorney, was sending out emails about Viagra, and he almost. Yeah, his personal email was hacked into, and he pretty much lost it. But his son, who was an actual student there, was trying to set him up with two-step verification, and it was comical to sort of watch that and then see how bothered he was by those. And he kept trying to tell the prominent attorney that everybody, it happens to almost everybody's email.
Yeah.
At one time or another, it seems like, especially if you had Yahoo Mail back in the day. I don't know one person who didn't have their Yahoo Mail hacked.
I'm still getting emails from people who've had their Yahoo Mail hacked.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, okay then. So right now I've authenticated to the YouTube service, and over there in the corner you can see infinite screen. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to authenticate. It's going to bring you back to this output settings box. Click test LT, click whatever, select your event from the drop down. And then something that's very important, and it's kind of actually a trick that I've learned over the years, is I'm actually more often than not, I'm in low bandwidth environments. And what I found is that YouTube is expecting it to be at a certain bit rate. So it's always best to set it on the highest settings, because Wirecast isn't going to stop it if it drops below a certain bit rate, but YouTube is. So you want to make sure that you keep it on the highest settings possible, hoping that it's not going to drop below. And that's just a little tip.
How often have you experienced getting actually dropped?
There was one time where I only got 10 minutes of a basketball game because it dropped out constantly. It was dropping out every couple seconds. And when I set it to the maximum, it didn't have any issues. But yeah, so basically you can do that. And then if you want to, you can also record it to your disk. You can also record it to your hard drive by clicking record to disk. I'm going to uncheck that because I don't want that. But then you go there. You can go ahead and right up there click stream if you wish, and you can broadcast to the world, which I'm going to do. And it's going to blink. It's going to, there we go. And my computer is about to get really, really hot. And let's hope that doesn't, yeah, overheat. But yeah, so now you'd hop back over to YouTube. Now, from live events, you'd go, oh, it's not showing up. That's the problem. But you'd click Live Control Room, and it's not showing up there, but I'm going to go ahead and, but there's a way around that. But you'd hop over to Live Events, click Live Control Room for what you want, and then it'd take you here, and you'd click Preview. And what that does is that allows you to view, preview what your stream's going to look like, and I'm not going to do that because I'm at home with somewhat of a higher bandwidth connection. Okay, here we go. And then it's going to do that. You can preview it. Yeah, it's not showing anything. Yeah, but you can preview it, and then you're going to click Start Streaming, and bam, you're live to the world.
So any type of program or conference, and I guess you could report back after Code for Lib on how everything works out, your experience.
Yeah. I mean,
streaming. So everything's going to be streamed?
Yeah. Yes.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes. Lightning talks, everything. I believe so.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I wasn't able to make it.
They're good. They might have it in LA next year.
Yeah. Well, they haven't. I mean, they haven't had any proposals, but I think they get a lot towards the end. But I mean, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
If they had
it. There's a proposal for next year, and it says. Oh, wait, you can still see my screen.
Oh yeah, they should put one. They put one in for Pasadena and UCLA, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I'm just saying, are there any more in addition to the LA one? I knew they were going to put that one in.
No. As of right now, it's just the Los Angeles, and it says proposal details coming soon. But I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going to be. I wonder where they're going to have it next year. It's interesting to have it on the West Coast. But yeah, I mean, that's just how you stream a YouTube video. I mean, pretty straightforward. I mean.
And as far as cameras, I mean, like how inexpensive can you go while still preserving somewhat of the quality?
You can go. I would say you can probably for standard definition. You can probably go as low as the one that you have in your attic or the old Super 8, or if it has composite out, which most people have a camera that at least has composite out on it. You can easily go free. And then there's also a microphone that I use called a shotgun microphone, and that's what I use to get sound in. And I use one made by Audio Technica, and it's $50. And I'm going to put that in the YouTube description.
Yeah.
The thing, and it's a really fantastic microphone. Just make sure you change the batteries because it comes with cheap Chinese batteries that put out too much voltage, so it sounds like.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Change those for some Duracell.
But yeah. But yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot easier than it used to be. It used to involve. It used to involve lots of cameras and meeting with someone from YouTube to get your account set up, and nowadays it's just easy. You can do it. So yeah, I mean that's it.
And like we said before,
before we go.
No, I mean, just like I said before, like this is an easy, inexpensive way to really reach an audience that may not come to your library's event or a particular talk, or even if you're, doing an instruction session, you could sort of broadcast that online as well for students who A, maybe not might be in class, or B, anybody who just wants a little bit more knowledge about how to, do a certain thing. But I think it's awesome, and so everything will be in the show notes on sort of how to accomplish this. And
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I just want to remind everyone that we're actually going to have, if schedules permitting, we're going to have another show here in about 2 hours or so to make that's this week's show, because this one was a makeup for one that we were going to have last week, but because of all the rain that happened in California, we couldn't have it. But I mean, we're
yeah,
gonna.
don't try and move in the rain, so it never ends up well.
But yeah, I mean, so I guess just come and chill out with us on the next episode.
And that'll be 6:30 today.
6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at librarytechcast.com/live. And just where you can find me, and then where you can find Jeff, and then where you can find the Library Techcast. You can find me on my website, rileychilds.net. I blog about educational technologies and just about other good library and education stuff. And you can find me on Twitter. I'm at RowdyChildren. That's ROWDYCHILDREN. And just check me out there. And Jeff, where can people find you?
I am only on Twitter at LA Libraryman, and you can find me on there. And I really, I also like to participate in the weekly library chat with Natalie Binder. So you can catch me usually there on Wednesday nights.
Sounds good. Where you can find the Library Techcast, you can find us on Twitter. We're at Library Techcast. You can kind of find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Library Techcast. YouTube, of course, youtube.com/Library Techcast. And our website, librarytechcast.com. And if you would like to help contribute to these show notes and even post stuff, even post your anecdotal stories, check out the wiki, wiki.librarytechcast.com. Check it out. Sign up for an account. Ignore all the Chinese spam. Trying to get rid of that. So we're working on that, but that's going to go away soon. I promise. But I guess for the Library Techcast, I'm Riley Childs.
I'm Jeff Sable.